Hi, Darren Pearson here. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use GitHub to host a web page. We're going to specifically do this for Tumult Hype, but technically we can do this for any web page that's static. And by static, I mean just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We can't use GitHub if we're doing server-side work with PHP or MySQL or things like that. But we can use it for some other stuff. So there should be, accompanying this video, there should be a little handout that we have right here. And this handout I've created as of fall 2018. So if you're looking at this in a year or 2 years from now and GitHub interface has changed a little bit, just kind of take that into account. So the first part is creating a GitHub account. I've already done this, so I'm just going to kind of briefly run through this. We open up a browser. Again, I usually prefer Google Chrome for something like this. And we just go to github.com. This is free. And I go to the sign up page. So it's going to ask me to create an account here, create a username. If it's already taken, they'll say you can't use this, and you just have to put in a different one. Put in an email address and a password. You go through this, click the verify button. You go through a few more pages. Choose the free plan on the next page. Hit continue. The page after that is optional. You can put in as much information about yourself as you want, or you can just hit skip, and then go to the dashboard. At this point, you'll have to check the email that you used when you signed up for GitHub, and just go to that email address, click verify that you've signed up for this, and you should be able then to start creating repositories. So these first 7 steps to go through, they're pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I'm going to just skip over them and show how to create a repository. Now specifically, I'm going to do this for Tumult Hype. So I have a simple game here that I've called Coin Grab in Tumult Hype, and it looks something like this. There we go. So I've created this little game. It has just 3 scenes right here. And if I hit preview, we can see kind of a local copy of this, of what it looks like. This is kind of the splash screen. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick up the audio, but it doesn't really matter. But we can see we have this web-based game. And I click the start button. And using my arrow keys, I can run around and pick up this coin. And again, because of my screen recording, that's why it's moving around a little bit. But you get the idea. So I have that game locally inside Tumult Hype. I'm going to go and say File, Export as HTML5 folder. And this pops up. I get any browser compatibility. I usually just ignore these and click Export. And now this is important. I'm going to save this on the desktop, and I have to call it Save as Index. And make sure all 3 of these buttons are selected. And then save. At this point, I can close out Tumult Hype, and this folder just showed up on my desktop. The folder is called Index, and if I click it, inside there's a file called index.html, and then there's a folder called index.hyperesources. I have to keep these 2 together, and they have to be called index for this procedure to work. So we're doing pretty good so far. Pretty much done steps 1 and step 2. So now we're on to step 3. So let me reposition this. I go to github.com, and give me 1 second here. Just got to sign in real quick. There we go. And then once I'm signed in, you can see my GitHub username is dpearson100. So that's going to be the username in these examples that we have right here. We sign in there, and I need to create a new repository. I can either click here, New Repository, or I can go up here and click Your Repositories, and it will show all the ones that I have right now, and then I click New to create that. So either way to get there, whatever works. We're on step 5 now. I'm going to use dpearson100 as my username, and then my repository name, the game I just created, I'm going to keep it real simple and just call it Coin Grab. That's going to be my project name, and I get a green check. That means I don't have any repositories with that name already, so I can use it. Description, a simple sprite sheet game. This is optional. I'm going to make it public, and I am going to select initialize this repository with a README. and click Create Repository. And there it is. So I've created that right there. And the URL, notice the URL, github.com/username/project name. That's where I'm at. I'm on the master branch that we have right here. I need to create a GitHub pages for this. So next to where it says branch master, I'm going to click there and create a new branch, and it has to be called gh-pages, plural. GitHub-pages. So normally you can call a branch anything, but if you want to use the web hosting, it has to be this name. And I hit enter. And it changes now to branch gh-pages. And right now there's only one file in here, my readme.md, that says coin grab, a simple sprite sheet game. I need to upload my files right now. So I'm on step 8, right about here. So I go to this button right here, upload files. This screen appears, and I'm going to resize my browser so we can see this. There we go. Here's my desktop, my 2 files on my desktop. All that I need to do is I'm going to grab index.html on the desktop and drag and release here. And you can see there it uploaded index.html. And then if I grab index.hype resources, that folder, and drag it there, there's a whole bunch of files inside there for this example. So for this example, you can see all these files are there. And we can see index.hype resources, and then we see a whole bunch of files, various MP3, PNG, JavaScript files, things like that. So that looks good. I go down here to the bottom. I can keep everything as is, as default, and just say commit changes. And it's going to process this. It'll take a second or two. But then when I'm done, my game will be, or my project will be hosted. And anybody in the world can type in this URL and see what's going on here. So if we take a look at step 9, there we go. Looks like we're done. The URL is going to be username.github.io/project name. So in my case, I'm going to open a second tab, and I'm going to put in dpearson100.github.io/coingrab. Coingrab was my project name. And as soon as I click that, there we go. We can see the game's right there. Anybody in the world can type in this URL and see what's going on there. And I click start, and there it is. Bingo. So that's how this works. If need be, if for some reason, step 10 here, first of all, then in step 10, I say delete the index folder and repeat this. I'm just going to delete that. Maybe I have another project. Again, I have to save it as index. So that's why I kind of deleted it there, so it can make way for another one. And repeat this procedure for any other project. If at some point in the future you want to delete this project, you just go to this URL and click the settings icon, scroll to the bottom, and inside danger zone, click delete this repository. So if I get tired of this or I want to replace it, I go to settings right there. Or first of all, notice the URL. I'll just go to the generic one right there. github.com/username/project name. I go to the settings icon right there, and I scroll down to the bottom, and there's this red area that says danger zone. On the very last one, it says delete this repository. So I click there, and I got to enter in the name, and then it's gone. So I'm going to keep it there for now. So if we so that's how to do that. Now that's how to create general repositories. There's one special repository that people like to use to kind of have a home page for their account. So people often put like a headshot in there, maybe their resume, and then links to other places on the internet or projects they're working on, and a little bit about themselves. And it's pretty much the same procedure, except the project name has to be called username.github.io. And I'm going to show that very, very briefly. I'm going to create this file, index.html, and I have a headshot right there. And so this is local right now. We can see This just says homepage for Darren Pearson. There's my picture, other places I'm on the internet, and if you click on that, you go to my LinkedIn page, my Twitter account, all that other kind of stuff. I could put my resume in there. I could put a bio. You know, here's what I'm working on, and you know, here's the things I'm involved in, that kind of stuff. So it's just a way for people to get a hold of you. So I'm going to go through that procedure super quick here. I go back to just my GitHub page right there. And I'm going to go in and create another repository. And this one I'm going to call my username.github.io. Check my procedure, make sure I'm doing that right there. Yep, username.github.io. Description, I'll keep that blank. Public, I will create a README, create repository. And let's see, I forget, I think, yes, I'm going to create a gh-pages branch that we have here. And I'm going to upload, I'm just going to upload those two simple files that we have right here. So upload this one, upload the headshot. And if we scroll down, we can see, yep, index, headshot. Keep everything as default and commit the changes. We see processing. There's just two files to process. So there's the index.html file. There's the headshot.jpg that it refers to. If we look at the code, again, let's open this up really quick. Text Wrangler. We can see, again, this is super, super simple, but we can see that here's the headshot that I refer to. That has to be in the same folder as the index file, obviously, and then I put in all these different links that we have right there. So if I go back in my browser, if I go to username, dpearson100.github.io, let's see if it's there yet. Not there yet. Strangely enough, for some reason, this often I've found takes 5 to 10 minutes. So I actually put that in the notes here. Simply follow the above procedure to create a new repository, except set project name to username.github.io. This special repository can be accessed at this URL, username.github.io. This homepage sometimes takes longer to commit than regular repositories, and you need to wait up to 5 minutes to see the result. So let's see here if I refresh this. Nope, still not doing that. I'm not sure. Let me double check just to be careful. I'm also going to add these to the master branch as well as the gh-pages branch. I don't think you need to do that, but that'll kill a minute or so before I check again. Put that one there. There they are. Commit the changes. And it's thinking. And there we are. Okay, refresh that. Nope. Still taking a while. Trust me though, come back, check it out in 10 minutes or something like that, and it should show that local page that I have. So again, this is a great free way to host your websites. So thanks so much for watching. Let me try one more time. There it is, bingo! dpearson100.github.io, homepage for Darren Pearson, headshot, and then we can see this. And again, if you want to customize this and put your resume and links to your various projects, that's all well and done. And then, of course, it is, 1 second here. Give me a second. Username, yeah, .github.io/coingrab. And then we can see that project that I uploaded right there. So, thanks for watching, and talk to you later.